Welcome to my channel Valuable Coins, All World. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end. You won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. The Lincoln penny has long been a cornerstone of American coinage, a symbol of history, resilience, and hidden treasures waiting to be uncovered. Among the countless pennies that have circulated throughout the years, the 1971 Lincoln cent stands out as a remarkable piece, not just for its historical significance but also for the rare and valuable varieties that have emerged over time. Many collectors and treasure hunters are unaware that this simple 1-cent piece could be worth an extraordinary fortune. The year 1971 was a time of change and transformation in the United States. The country was experiencing shifts in politics, culture, and economics, and even the world of coinage was not exempt from these changes. The U.S. Mint continued to produce the Lincoln penny, featuring the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the striking image of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. While millions of 1971 Lincoln cents were minted, only a few have become highly sought after by collectors due to their rarity, condition, and unique minting errors. The design of the 1971 Lincoln penny remains true to Victor David Brenner's original 1909 artwork, celebrating the legacy of one of America's greatest presidents. The obverse of the coin features Lincoln's right-facing profile, accompanied by the inscriptions "In God We Trust" above his head, "Liberty" to the left, and the year 1971 to the right. Depending on the mint location, you may also find a small D for Denver or an S for San Francisco just below the year. The reverse showcases the majestic Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to the nation's 16th president, with the words "United States of America" arched along the top, "E Pluribus Unum" inscribed in the center, and 1 cent at the bottom. The 1971 Lincoln penny was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 1 billion pennies without a mint mark, while the Denver and San Francisco mints contributed their own significant outputs. Despite these high mintage numbers, certain 1971 pennies have become highly valuable due to their condition and unique errors. One of the most famous varieties of the 1971 Lincoln penny is the 1971 double die obverse. This error occurs when the coin's design is struck twice at slightly different angles, resulting in a noticeable doubling effect on the lettering and numbers. The most significant doubling can be seen on the words "Liberty" "In God We Trust" and the date 1971. Collectors highly prize these double die pennies, as they are scarce and hold immense numismatic value. Another rare variety is the 1971 S-proof Lincoln penny with a deep cameo finish. Proof coins are specially struck using polished dies to create a mirror-like background and frosted designs. When a 1971 S-proof penny has an exceptionally strong contrast between the mirrored fields and the frosted details, it receives a deep cameo designation, making it highly desirable among collectors, aside from errors and varieties. The condition of a 1971 Lincoln penny plays a crucial role in determining its value. Coins that have been well preserved and exhibit a bright, red luster are the most valuable. These coins are graded by professional services, with the highest grade being MS 70, which signifies a flawless specimen. Coins graded MS 65 or higher, with a rich red coloration, command premium prices in the numismatic market. Over the years, treasure hunters have uncovered rare and valuable 1971 Lincoln pennies and coin rolls, old collections, and even everyday pocket change. Some of the most astonishing discoveries have been made when collectors least expected them, proving that valuable coins can still be found in circulation. The thrill of the hunt keeps numismatists engaged, always searching for that one elusive piece that could change their lives. Now, for the moment everyone has been waiting for, the jaw-dropping value of certain rare 1971 Lincoln pennies. If you happen to own a 1971 double die obverse penny, a perfectly graded proof specimen, or a high-grade mint state coin, its value could reach an astonishing $122,000. Yes, a seemingly ordinary 1-cent piece could hold an incredible fortune, making it one of the most exciting discoveries for collectors and coin enthusiasts. So the next time you come across a 1971 Lincoln penny, take a closer look. It might just be the treasure you've been searching for. Top 2. The Lincoln penny has been an essential part of American coinage since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, this small yet historically significant coin has undergone various modifications while maintaining Lincoln's iconic profile on the obverse. The 1973 Lincoln cent is particularly fascinating to collectors due to its historical context, composition, and the potential for rare errors that can make it extremely valuable. While millions of these coins were minted, only a select few have garnered the attention of numismatists due to their unique characteristics and rare variations. By the early 1970s, the United States was facing an economic shift that impacted coin production. Inflation and rising metal costs had forced the U.S. Mint to reconsider the composition of pennies. While the 1973 Lincoln cent was still produced with 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, discussions were already underway about transitioning to an alternative metal. This transition would eventually happen in 1982 when the mint switched to a predominantly zinc core with a thin copper coating. The 1973 Lincoln cent represents one of the last years of the traditional high copper composition, making it historically significant for collectors. 3 different U.S. mint facilities were responsible for producing the 1973 Lincoln cent: the Philadelphia Mint, which struck coins without a mint mark; the Denver Mint, which used a small D mint mark; and the San Francisco Mint, which primarily focused on proof coins marked with an S. With billions of pennies minted that year, most remain common in circulation. But rare high-grade specimens and error coins hold immense value. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting the 1973 Lincoln cent is the possibility of discovering a rare variety or error. One of the most well-known errors for this year is the double die obverse, where Lincoln's profile, the date, or the inscriptions appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. Collectors highly value these coins because no two double dies are exactly alike, making each one unique. Another sought-after variety is the repunched mint mark, RPM, particularly on coins from the Denver Mint. In these cases, the D mint mark was manually punched onto the die more than once, creating a visible doubling or shifting effect. Since mint marks were applied by hand until the early 1980s, this type of error was relatively common, but finding one in a high-grade 1973 penny is rare and valuable. Additional minting errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, and broad strikes also make certain 1973 pennies incredibly valuable. Off-center strikes occur when the blank planchet isn't properly aligned with the die, resulting in part of the design being missing. Die cracks happen when the minting die begins to wear out, creating raised lines on the surface of the coin. Broad strikes occur when a coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing it to expand slightly beyond its normal diameter. Each of these errors increases a coin's uniqueness and desirability among collectors. One of the most critical factors in determining a coin's value is its condition. The Sheldon scale, which ranges from poor P1 to mint state MS 70, is used to grade coins based on their level of preservation. While most 1973 pennies found in circulation are only worth their face value, uncirculated examples in high mint state grades can command significant prices. The most valuable examples are those with a bright, original red luster, designated as RD by grading companies. A well-preserved 1973 Lincoln cent with full red coloration and no signs of wear can be worth thousands of dollars. The 1973 Lincoln cent is also an essential piece of numismatic history because it was part of the final decade before the composition change in 1982. During the early 1980s, rising copper prices led the U.S. Mint to switch to a zinc core with a thin copper coating. This shift marked the end of an era for copper-based pennies, making the earlier dates even more appealing to collectors. Finding a rare and valuable 1973 Lincoln cent is still possible today. Many collectors have discovered high-grade examples or error coins in old coin rolls, estate sales, and even in everyday pocket change. The thrill of searching through pennies and finding a piece of history is what makes coin collecting such an exciting hobby. Now comes the moment that everyone has been waiting for: the incredible value of the rarest 1973 Lincoln cent. If you happen to own one of the finest examples, particularly a high-grade mint state coin with rare errors, its value can reach an astonishing $137,000. Yes, a single penny, something so small and often overlooked, can hold an incredible fortune. This is the magic of coin collecting, the thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and the chance to uncover a hidden gem. So keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows? The next rare penny you find could change your life forever. Top 3. The Lincoln penny has been a symbol of American history and numismatic intrigue for over a century. Among the many dates and variations, the 1977 Lincoln cent holds a special place for collectors. While at first glance it may seem like just another penny, certain rare variations, errors, and pristine conditions make some of these coins highly valuable. The journey of the 1977 Lincoln cent is a fascinating one, filled with history, design intricacies, and the thrill of discovering hidden treasures in everyday pocket change. The story of the Lincoln cent began in 1909 when the U.S. Mint introduced a new penny to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, marking a significant shift in American coinage. The design originally included the iconic wheat ears on the reverse, symbolizing prosperity and abundance, but in 1959, the reverse was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This change gave the penny a modernized look, but the obverse remained the same with Lincoln's dignified profile. By 1977, the Lincoln cent had been in circulation for nearly 7 decades. During this time, the composition of the coin had undergone changes. From 1909 to 1942, the penny was primarily made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. In 1943, due to wartime metal shortages, the U.S. Mint experimented with steel cents coated in zinc, but the public disliked them because they rusted easily and were often mistaken for dimes. By 1944, copper pennies returned, and the 95% copper composition remained until 1982. The 1977 Lincoln cent was among the last to be struck in this high copper content before the transition to a predominantly zinc composition. The mints responsible for producing the 1977 Lincoln cent were Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint produced pennies without a mint mark, while the Denver Mint used a small d below the date, and the San Francisco Mint primarily focused on proof coins, marked with an S. While billions of pennies were minted that year, not all were created equal. What makes the 1977 Lincoln cent so interesting to collectors is the presence of rare errors and varieties. One of the most sought after is the double die obverse, where Lincoln's profile, the date, or lettering appears slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. These doubling errors can be dramatic or subtle, but collectors prize them for their uniqueness and rarity. Another significant variety is the repunched mint mark, RPM, particularly on coins from the Denver Mint. In these cases, the D mint mark was manually punched more than once, creating a visible shadow or doubled effect. Since mint marks were added by hand until the early 1980s, variations in their placement and appearance were common, leading to unique collectible errors. Off-center strikes, die cracks, and broad strikes are other errors that can significantly increase the value of a 1977 Lincoln cent. Off-center strikes occur when the blank planchet isn't properly aligned with the die, resulting in part of the design being missing. Die cracks happen when the minting die begins to wear out, creating raised lines on the surface of the coin. Broad strikes occur when a coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing it to expand slightly beyond its normal diameter. Each of these errors makes a coin unique and highly desirable among collectors. One of the most important factors in determining a coin's value is its condition. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale, ranging from poor P1 to mint state MS 70. While most circulated 1977 pennies are only worth their face value, uncirculated examples in high mint state grades can command significant prices. Coins with a bright, original red luster, designated as RD by grading companies, are especially valuable. A well-preserved 1977 Lincoln cent with full red coloration and no signs of wear can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its grade. The 1977 Lincoln cent also holds historical significance as one of the last years before the composition change in 1982. During the early 1980s, rising copper prices led to the U.S. Mint switching to a zinc core with a thin copper coating. This shift marked the end of an era for copper-based pennies, making the earlier dates more appealing to collectors who appreciate the rich history of American coinage. Finding a rare and valuable 1977 Lincoln cent isn't impossible. Many collectors have discovered high-grade examples or error coins in old coin rolls, estate sales, and even loose change. The excitement of searching through pennies and finding a valuable piece of history is what drives many people to the world of numismatics. Now comes the moment everyone has been waiting for. the incredible value of the rarest 1977 Lincoln cent. If you happen to own one of the finest examples, particularly a high-grade mint state coin with rare errors, its value can reach an astounding $117,000. Yes, a single penny, something so common and overlooked, can hold an incredible fortune. This is the magic of coin collecting, the thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and the chance to uncover a hidden gem. So keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows? The next rare penny you find could change your life forever. Top 4. The Lincoln penny has remained one of the most iconic and recognizable coins in American history. Since its introduction in 1909, it has gone through various changes in design, composition, and minting processes, but it has always held a special place in the hearts of collectors. The 1981 Lincoln penny, in particular, represents the last full year of the traditional 95% copper composition before the historic transition to zinc in 1982. This makes it a crucial piece in the world of numismatics, and for some lucky collectors, it could be worth a fortune. In 1981, the United States was experiencing economic changes that directly affected coin production. The rising cost of copper meant that producing pennies at their current composition was becoming unsustainable. The U.S. Mint was already considering alternatives, but for one final year, the Lincoln cent remained true to its original copper-based roots. However, despite being a common year for pennies, certain varieties, errors, and high-grade specimens from 1981 have become incredibly valuable over time. The design of the 1981 Lincoln cent remains consistent with the classic look introduced in 1909. The obverse features a detailed right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Above Lincoln's head, the motto, "In God We Trust," is inscribed, while the word "Liberty" is placed to the left, and the year 1981 is stamped to the right. If the coin was minted in Denver or San Francisco, a small D or S mint mark can be found just below the year. The reverse of the coin displays the iconic Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the original wheat ears design in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The words "United States of America" curve along the top, with "E pluribus unum" centered above the monument. The denomination, 1 cent, is clearly stated at the bottom. While millions of 1981 Lincoln pennies were struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, certain coins stand out due to their rarity, errors, or pristine condition. Some of the most sought-after varieties include double die obverse errors, off-center strikes, and full red luster coins graded at the highest mint state levels. A double die obverse occurs when the design is imprinted onto the coin more than once during the minting process, resulting in a slightly doubled appearance on letters or numbers. These errors can be difficult to spot with the naked eye, but when discovered, they can significantly increase a coin's value. Off-center errors are another fascinating anomaly found in some 1981 Lincoln cents. These occur when the coin blank is misaligned during the striking process, causing part of the design to be missing. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. Some off-center strikes still show the full date and mint mark, making them especially desirable to collectors. The value of a 1981 Lincoln penny also heavily depends on its condition. Coins that have retained their original coppery shine and have no signs of wear or damage receive higher grades from professional grading services. The highest grade a Lincoln cent can achieve is MS 70, meaning it is flawless under magnification. Coins graded MS 65 or higher with full red coloration, often labeled as RD by grading companies, are the most valuable examples of 1981 pennies. Collectors and treasure hunters still search for rare and valuable Lincoln cents in everyday circulation. Many of these coins are found in old coin rolls, collections inherited from relatives, or even in pocket change. Some of the rarest 1981 Lincoln pennies have been discovered unexpectedly, proving that valuable coins can still be hidden in plain sight. Now, for the most exciting part, the incredible value of certain rare 1981 Lincoln pennies. If you are fortunate enough to own an error variety, an off-center strike, or a high-grade specimen in flawless condition, the value can reach an astonishing $101,000. Yes, a simple 1-cent piece could be worth an extraordinary sum, making it one of the most thrilling finds for collectors and enthusiasts. So the next time you come across a 1981 Lincoln penny, take a closer look. It might just be the treasure you've been searching for. Top 5. The Lincoln penny has been an enduring symbol of American coinage since its introduction in 1909. It was the first U.S. coin to feature the likeness of an actual person, President Abraham Lincoln, honoring his 100th birthday. Over the decades, this humble 1-cent coin has undergone changes in composition, minting techniques, and design elements, making certain years highly sought after by collectors. Among them, the 1982 Lincoln cent holds a special place in numismatic history. It was the year that marked a major transformation in how pennies were made, creating one of the most fascinating and collectible series in U.S. coinage. By the early 1980s, inflation and rising copper prices had put a strain on the U.S. mint. The traditional composition of the Lincoln penny, 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin, was becoming too costly to produce. As a result, the mint made a crucial decision in 1982. It would transition from solid copper pennies to a new composition consisting of a zinc core coated with a thin layer of copper. This change drastically reduced production costs, as zinc was significantly cheaper than copper. However, this shift wasn't immediate. Both copper and zinc pennies were minted in 1982, making it a unique year with multiple varieties that intrigue collectors to this day. During 1982, the U.S. Mint struck 7 different variations of the Lincoln cent. These included large and small date varieties for both the copper and zinc versions, as well as different mint marks from the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. The distinction between large and small dates is subtle, but collectors carefully analyze the size and positioning of the numbers in the year to determine the variety. While most of these coins remain common, certain rare error coins and high-grade specimens command extraordinary values. One of the most sought-after errors in the 1982 Lincoln cent series is the 1982 D small date copper penny. While most 1982 D pennies were struck in the new zinc composition, a small number were mistakenly minted using the old copper planchets. This rare error has become a holy grail for collectors, as only a handful of these coins have been discovered. The easiest way to identify whether a 1982 Lincoln cent is made of copper or zinc is by weighing it. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies are significantly lighter at 2.5 grams. If you happen to find a 1982 D small date copper penny, you may be holding one of the rarest pennies in existence. Other valuable errors include off-center strikes, die cracks, and double die obverse varieties. An off-center strike occurs when the blank planchet is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing. Die cracks form when the minting die develops fractures over time, creating raised lines or distortions on the coin's surface. A double die obverse error happens when the coin's design appears slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the hubbing process. These errors, while rare, significantly increase the value of the coin depending on their severity and clarity. The condition of a coin plays a crucial role in determining its worth. Collectors and grading companies use the Sheldon scale, which ranges from poor P1 to mint state MS70 to assess a coin's condition. The most valuable 1982 Lincoln cents are those found in high mint state grades with full red luster, often designated as RD by professional grading services. Coins with this designation indicate that they have retained their original coppery brilliance without darkening or developing patina over time. Another factor that makes the 1982 Lincoln cent so significant is its place in numismatic history. It represents the last year of full copper pennies before the transition to zinc, making it a crucial turning point in American coinage. As a result, many collectors seek to complete full sets of 1982 Lincoln cents, including all variations, mint marks, and error coins. Searching for a rare and valuable 1982 Lincoln cent is still possible today. Many of these coins remain in circulation, tucked away in old coin jars, rolls, or even in pocket change. Stories have surfaced of collectors and lucky individuals finding rare varieties in the most unexpected places, turning an ordinary penny into a small fortune. Now, the moment everyone has been waiting for. The shocking value of the rarest 1982 Lincoln cent. If you were fortunate enough to own one of the rare error coins in pristine condition, such as the elusive 1982 D small date copper penny or a high-grade double die variety, its value can reach an astounding $97,000. Yes, a single penny, something most people overlook every day, could be worth an incredible amount. This is the magic of coin collecting, the thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and the possibility of turning a simple 1-cent piece into a life-changing treasure. So keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows? The next time you check your pocket change, you just might find a hidden gem.